Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to start this video before I tell you about Ian Northing's tweet. I did want to mention, with all my baseball talk that I've done on this channel, I think it's worthy of mention. Now remember, those of you that don't know, my now 7-year-old, I started him when he turned 5. That kid has hit 2 buckets of balls 3 days a week, year-round, since he turned 5 years old. He's now 7. He's playing baseball. He had his second game last night. He hit 3 doubles, and he is a switch hitter now, left-handed or right-handed. He hit 3 doubles, and in his first game he hit 3 doubles. So he's batting 1,000 with 6 doubles so far. Okay, enough bragging on my kid. Ian Northing, now listen closely, folks. This kind of ties into what I showed you the other day. We were talking about the IMF, and we were talking about the SDR and the XDR. Now listen to this from Ian Northing. Give him a follow at IANBINS. Bitcoin was built and launched around the crash. Isn't it strange that there are 21 million Bitcoin? No, there's not 21.4 million SDR. It's 21.4 billion SDR, XDR. It says crash happens. They realize they need to be more liquidity and better tech. Enter BTC 2.0, 100 billion XRP, now 204 billion SDR, XDR. And he's showing this, I believe, is from that the IMF page or the SDR page in Wikipedia. The number of SDRs in existence was around XDR 21.4 billion in August 2009. During the global financial crisis of 2009, an additional XDR 182.6 billion was allocated to provide liquidity to the global economic system and supplement member countries' official reserves. By October 2014, the number of SDRs in existence was XDR 204 billion. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get specific here, but I believe that Bradcom's pre-allocation theory, I believe that has been going on since 2014. I think that for the last maybe 3 to 5 years, Ripple has been pre-allocating. Even if Ripple holds it as if they own it, I believe that it's all earmarked for someone. I don't know exactly who. This is a theory again, folks, but I don't think there's any question about it, because I don't think that they would be able to get away with not having it allocated, and I don't think that it would be a smart business model to think that they're going to somehow just hoard all this XRP and that you're going to be able to change the payment systems of the world. Not going to happen. That would be part of the plan if I started the company. So anyway, then he's just showing you XRP here. But now let's read this again. This part. The additional XDR 182.6 billion was allocated to, quote, provide liquidity to the global economic system and supplement member countries' official reserves. All right, what did Chris Larson say when he was at Money 2020? Have any of you seen this? If you haven't, you need to stop what you're doing. Go to @Money2020, or you can do a Chris Larson search and then look under videos on Twitter. 10 years out on the financial crisis, we still don't have the infrastructure, perhaps, to prevent the next one. Now remember, folks, this is from 2018. We still don't have the infrastructure, perhaps, to prevent the next one, says Chris Larson, CEO, Executive Chairman and co-founder of Ripple. Continuing, an efficient digital asset can really solve some of the key problems in global liquidity. Do you think that Chris Larson and or Brad Garlinghouse have had these discussions with Christine Lagarde when she was at the IMF? Because we know they've met with her, we know they've been in the room with her. We've seen Chris Larson. I remember a picture of Chris Larson with the finance minister, I believe in Luxembourg. I mean, this is for Europe. These places are ground zero for money in the history of the world, folks. These guys have been working a plan. I'm telling you, they've been working a plan. Okay, Joker, he says, soon enough, there comes a day where it doesn't matter how many zeros are at the end of your bank account. Only crypto matters. Man, I believe some variety of what he just said is true. Now, the digital asset investor's official neighbor, I am so proud of, because he tweeted out my exact thoughts without even talking to me about this. He tweeted out the exact thoughts that I took away from Brad Garlinghouse's interview yesterday. He says, my biggest takeaway from the Brad Garlinghouse interview today is that now it is okay to say XRP. Heard XRP more times in one interview than I have in over a year. That is exactly what my takeaway was from that interview. I saw a lot of people that were trying to put a negative spin on that interview. No. What I saw, that was just like what he's saying here. It was the first time that it seemed like all the gloves were off, and now we can talk about XRP. And I can prove this kind of theme out of that too. And it comes from this tweet here, which is from Bull Run Wonka. Is XRP better than Bitcoin? When CNN posted the video of the Brad Garlinghouse interview, this is the question that they posed as the title for you to watch the Brad Garlinghouse interview. Is this XRP better than Bitcoin? Well, any of us who have halfway looked at XRP, that's the obvious. Bull Run Wonka has been carrying that flag for a long time, just as I have. He says, anyone with a brain understands that XRP is a far superior crypto asset. Fast, secure, free. HODL XRP, Wonka knows. So yes, but yes, I think the digital asset investor's official neighbor and Wonka have it on this one. XRP is now being talked about. So how soon are we going to start to hear Barry Silbert, Mike Novogratz, Anthony Pompliano, some of the people that are major figures begin to be comfortable saying Ripple and XRP? Maybe we're coming to that point. Backed opening, Binance US opening, the marketing of all this. Maybe we're coming to that point. Maybe everyone's ready. Okay, and then got this from Chinu Patel, who, remember, this guy's very important on this channel. He is the official Financial Network News Bureau Chief of the planet for the Digital Asset Investor channel. And he sent me this. This is from, I believe this is from a popular Indian television show, because they had this guy, the host's handle. I saw it somewhere, and he had like 32 million followers, so apparently it's like a big show. It says, wow, today in KBC, a question on crypto. What is Libra proposed by Facebook? And the answer is D, cryptocurrency. There's your adoption, folks. Here it comes. The wave is coming. Okay, and then PhDJ does tweets, sent me this. Woohoo. Time to celebrate. There are now over 50 million flawless transactions on the XRP ledger. And he's showing the ledger stats here. 50 million, folks. We are moving on down the tracks. Okay, Free American Spirit at F American Spirit. And I don't remember if I gave him a title. If I did, remind me, Free American Spirit. And if I didn't, you might be the official Free American Spirit of the Digital Asset Investor channel. He showed me this tweet from Ripple. At this year's Swell by Ripple, Ambassador Chan Hang Chi will examine the current U.S. and China political environment and the unfolding reality of all nations and global businesses amid political uncertainty. And this is an ambassador from Singapore, ambassador at large with Singapore Foreign Ministry. Big time. More huge folks involved with Ripple. Now we look to Sergeant Obi-Wan, who's looking very important today. He's one of the 2 official Jedis of the channel. He's got that new logo. I think that I'm wondering if Sergeant Obi-Wan's new title is going to his head a bit with the immediate change in his logo or thumbnail. But I don't care if it's going to his head, because he has contributed enough. He deserves it. But we talked about this yesterday, and it was from him, but I think he expounded on his tweet. Jim Cramer, we don't want negative interest rates. At the 2 minute mark, he said, where Cramer said Germany could print more money and put people to work. I went and watched this. He said they also said they wondered what Trump wanted to borrow money for. But you need to go to the 2 minute mark. This guy is one of the most prominent figures in the traditional financial media now. And he literally says at the 2 minute mark that Germany could print more money and put more people to work. Do you know how stupid that sounds? I mean, it is literally disgusting how far down the road of these people valuing a central bank's importance and what one politician or one government official does or says over the actual free markets. These people ought to be ashamed of themselves. And it's just unbelievable to hear a guy who's supposed to be that important in the financial media to say something as stupid as that. Okay, Heisenzerp, at Heisenzerp, sent me this. Every once in a while I see a video that's a must watch. So here it is. Hold My Beer, The Level Playing Field, from Bonfire Guy. Go give this guy a subscribe. I did. Caution, not financial advice. Great video. He's put a lot of really good pieces of information together and video clips. So go watch it. It's worth seeing. Next and finally, from Joker, he says, can Bitcoin save John McAfee, his significant, I think he's talking about McAfee's manhood. Mathematics says he has a chance. So because of Joker's charting and his chart analysis, he thinks that John McAfee, remember, John McAfee said he will cut off his you-know-what if Bitcoin does not reach $1 million. I believe it was by 2020. And so I don't want that to happen to John McAfee. And Joker is saying through his charting, he believes John McAfee has a chance of keeping his private parts. We don't want that to happen to John McAfee because he is still putting out absolutely great content just like this. Yes, I'm still running for president. Please be warned. And he does it in that awesome voice of his, where he goes, yes, I am still running for president, and here's why. But I just love when he's got his sunglasses on and he's drunk and he's on whatever else. I love listening and watching what he's got to say. I love it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that we have to have John McAfee intact completely. We need him in the space moving forward. Thank you for listening.